We only have two different types of Splatanas in this game right now, with the Wiper and obviously with the Stampers. So today I have 10 brand new ideas for you from me and also the community of some fun ideas that we came up with. Now a lot of these are probably going to be OP or just not balanced because of course we're not game devs. We just have some fun ideas that would be really cool to see turned into a Splatana. So thank you so much for those that have submitted, and let me know in the comments down below what your Splatana ideas would be, and also happy Thanksgiving to all of you and all of your families. I hope you all have a great day, eat a lot of turkey, get stuffed, and then watch this video. It sounds like a great day to me, but let's get on to the video. First off, we have the Splatana Batter. It's the first one that I could really think of off the bat because of course as a baseball player this would be really cool to see. It's a more powerful up close weapon for melee attacks. It doesn't only do the critical vertical lunge but also can do a critical horizontal one as well, where you can just bat people's heads off in Splatoon. Yeah, let's see how well that works in a kid's game. But it's a lot wider sweeping as well. It shoots a ball projectile this time around instead of a wave that's vertical, and it's very small and slow startup, but it can be a very powerful projectile and maybe even have a little bit of arc on it depending how long you hold the charge. Would be really cool. The harder you hold, the more fast and straight the shot is, and the less you hold it, the more arc your shot will have. The Splatana Wave will be a giant pool noodle, and instead of having an actual sword, this may be the way that they can get away with this. This would kind of be the equivalent of like Sephiroth's sword, a giant samurai sword with a lot of range. But this one shoots waves across the ground as its projectile, which will obviously depend on where you're at on the stage a lot, so it won't be that overpowered at all, but the waves are very powerful and they will probably take you out on contact, so you have to watch out for that. The waves can also move very slow, so you have a lot of time to get out of the way, so that way it's not overpowered, and the giant swings of the pool noodle are very quick because it's so light, but with it being so quick and with a lot of range, it's still very weak to kill, taking about 3 shots up close. Splatana Stinger will have a lot of car batteries on it along with those cords in order to start up your car, you can see as well. I kind of like this one I came up with because it will be very powerful. We really don't have a very powerful melee weapon really. I know the rollers are technically that, but this thing is going to insta kill up close with any swing. It is that heavy and it swings extremely slow. This one will also shoot a very slow, giant vertical shot, but it travels very slow across the ground. It's easy to dodge, but man, if it hits you, you are one shot even with the projectile. So this thing is just a massive powerhouse and it can get the job done. It's just very slow. I also thought that maybe instead of one shot killing with his projectile, that the projectiles actually can kind of electrocute you and stun you for a little bit, not allowing you to move very fast, almost giving you a toxic mist effect. Of course, with every new weapon, we've got to have dualies, right? Well, these are 2 small sponges / wipers that are super fast. It shoots 2 vertical projectiles, one from each side, alternating back and forth as you're swinging them, but they do not travel very far at all. This is made to be very close and take on melee fights. You can click them together after a very long charge and maybe kind of make some scissors that kind of snap enemies in a horizontal way up close instead of having that vertical swipe, so that would be really cool to have. And of course, with it being a dually, technically, you would probably have some type of dodge roll as well to get out of the way. Rolling around with a sword just sounds super cool to me. So the Splatana Realer idea was so cool, and it also reminded me a lot of Fortnite. If you still play it, you'll definitely understand what I'm talking about when I get to that point. But as you swing it, the ink line covers the floor with ink in very wide horizontal swipes, doing a pretty good job painting the ground. Once charged, however, this is the part that gets crazy. A little ink line and bobber will come out, and it actually can grab another player and bring them closer to you and your teammates in order for you or your teammates to finish them off. Now, your power and kill power is not very strong here. You are definitely going to be a support character, bringing people closer to the center and having your team finish them off or getting lots of assists. You're definitely just grabbing people every which way and kind of putting them in positions in order for your team to win, which is a definitely cool take on the Splatana. So with the Splatana Dagger, I actually based this one off of Galactonite's lance from the Kirby series, which was a cool reference. And also the end is kind of based off of an ice cream cone because it sounds like something Nintendo would do for a weapon. But anyways, it's very powerful, but of course it's very short. It's a dagger, it's like a knife. You have to get extremely close to one-shot kill anybody, but it's very fast. The range is super low and mainly paints all around the area around your Inkling or Octoling, and the key is you move a whole lot faster with it, and you even get some dodge rolls, which would be really cool just to roll around and run really fast as like a ninja ninja assassin with this thing. You are able to get up close, it is an immediate kill, but you have to be right on top of a player, which can be hard to do in a game like Splatoon. So I mean, running Ninja Squid and swim speed and run speed up is probably huge on this, because you can fly around the map just kind of sneaking up on people and just being that ninja inkling. Once again, referencing Kirby with Bandana D now, I thought, what if we had a Splatana Spear? I mean, I think a spear could actually be in its own weapon class, seriously, but that's for another video. The Splatana Spear has a very basic swing back and forth, nothing crazy, but the charge is where it completely changes up the weapon. With your charge this time, you're actually able to throw your spear out. It is very skinny, it has a super small hitbox, but is a one-shot kill on impact. It leaves ink as it's traveling through the air and a trail on the ground just like a charger would, and it has a slight explosion at the end with the tip hitting the ground. Your normal swing, like I said, is basic and weak, however, it will probably take 3 swipes to kill up close. I guess you can also say I'm pulling from Kirby again with one of his new copy abilities, the Staff. So we're going Splatana Staff. Your character will hold it in the middle and swing both sides, alternating vertical shots as he swings them, but they won't go as far. It will be kind of mid to close range. It has a normal up close insta kill if close enough. But one thing that I kept thinking about with this weapon, or maybe another weapon in the class, is what if you could actually detach the 2 ends and use them as dualies? Almost the same way that Pit does with his light bow in Kid Icarus and Smash Brothers. I would love to see him just kind of break and separate them and fight them as dualies, and then put them back together and use them as just one giant katana again. That would be really unique and cool, and I don't think we would have anything like that in the game. Next up is one that I definitely did not expect to get a comment on, and it's the Splatana Flora. So this one is just like a giant tree branch or flower branch with leaves going all the way to the top and lots of ink buds all over it. But if you hit someone up close, it will give them a sort of toxic mist effect where they can't move away as fast. It's also very long with a lot of range because it's just like a long extruding stick that can continue to cover the ground. It will shoot an ink flower projectile, leaving a flower pattern on the ground. It shoots in more of an arch shot, however, this time around, moving immediately high and then dropping down on top of players, almost kind of like the sloshers. The ink mark left behind is pretty big and leaves that flower pattern on the ground as well. Last but not least, we have the craziest Splatana yet. The Splatana Gulper. Yeah, it's pretty much a cup with a straw on the end, a bendy straw, because the bendy straw is going to actually have some function here. This one shoots curved vertical shots that can wrap around bends and walls. It is super weak up close and slow, but has very good range and can paint pretty well. Now, you can control these curved power shots by aiming it before and after it's fired. After it's fired, you can kind of curve it in a direction, but this will leave you kind of vulnerable to attacks, which means you have to make sure that no one's around you and that you're far away. But the range of this thing is pretty insane, so you can curve it for a while and make it go pretty far. It's still not going to be a one-shot, projectile kill though, but it's going to be another type of support Splatana in this class, meaning that you're going to use it in order to chip damage people around walls and around buildings for your teammates to go finish them off. But thank you guys so much for tuning into the video today. You guys have made this possible. Thank you for those that sent in your ideas, and thank you for just watching and sticking to the end. You guys are the best. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on videos like this all the time, because I have a lot more coming, including brand new weapon class ideas. But thank you so much for tuning in, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See ya, guys.